Welcome to this series of short video stories from our lifetimes in Africa and lessons we learned along the way. One of the unique African features of southern Rhodesia in the 1960s was the granite outcroppings that bubbled up all over the landscape like a gurgling pot of cornmeal porridge. They were called koppies. Each stone projection stood out on baked arid land, clothed with strong, enduring hardwood trees. And those outcroppings all had interesting ripples, deep contours, colorful boulders, and that large bubble of rounded, gray, smooth granite. Some had secretive pockets, and others had mysterious caves. Judy and I lived for 2 years in that scenic African countryside. That rustic rural area had one outcropping that was called Matlavanu. It had a large cave right in the middle of it with a wide yawning entrance. And that entrance looked like a wide secret mouth painted on the rocks by God. That cave and its entrance explained its name. The name meant it eats people, Matlavanu. When people walked in, the cave was eating them. Inside, it was clear that an ancient people had lived there because the walls were covered with cave paintings. There were grazing gazelles, lumbering elephants, stretched out giraffe, and unyielding buffalo, painted in striking earth tones by those ancient artists. Yes, God turned that cave into a gathering place for church. The local people said, "Why not? It's a memorable place." So Judy met weekly on the rock with women learning to sew. I met with men learning God's Word, and children came to hear about the Bible on Sundays. Local Christians and their neighbors gathered to worship at the mouth of the cave. There were no chairs. Everyone just stretched out their legs on that big rock. And their deep, resonant African voices in the Shona and Sindebele languages of that area filled the hardwood forest around them with vibrant songs of faith. Communion was set out on a surface made of 3 colorful rocks. And when baptisms became necessary, we walked down to a nearby river. That cave was about as local as a church meeting place could be. It was natural. And so were the people. We learned a good lesson, however. God could turn a commonplace into a place of worship. Local people into loving people. The natural into the supernatural. The ordinary into the extraordinary. And the unknown into the known. So God gave us a good lesson on that granite outcropping, a cave, a church, and one last lesson too, commitment. We needed to commit to the people and places in which we found ourselves. Judy and I had found our assignment. We had found a pleasant place to serve the Lord, even in a cave. And Psalm 16, 5-6 became our verse. Lord, you have assigned us our portion and our cup. You have made our lot secure. The boundary lines have fallen for us in pleasant places. Surely we have a delightful inheritance.